My name is Jacob Lawford, an audio production student at CIE, and today I'll be exploring the entrepreneurial qualities of the polarizing and wildly successful Ye, also known as Kanye West. Ye has many business ventures, the most notable being his music career. With an impressive amount of accolades, including 24 Grammy wins, placed him in joint 11th most Grammy wins and tied first for hip hop artists with Jay-Z. His other business ventures include the now defunct Good Music record label, a joint venture between him and Sony BMG. Good Music had a wide and impressive roster of talent, including but not limited to Big Sean, John Legend, Pusha T, Kid Cudi, as well as Kanye himself, and a joint project between Kanye and Kid Cudi, Kid See Ghosts. Ye has also been a major success in the fashion industry with his brand Yeezy, another joint venture, this time with the German sportswear company Adidas, mainly focused on footwear. This venture has been a success by every measure, being valued between $3.2 billion and $4.7 billion by the UBS, with sales of Yeezy sneakers in 2020 almost reaching sales of $1.7 billion. Ye, with an 11% royalty cut that year, he earned $191 million from Yeezy alone in 2020. Ye has many more businesses, but for the sake of brevity, these will be more summaries, as these ventures are much less notable than what I've previously discussed. Donda is a design company that focuses mainly on packaging and design for single and album art. KW Foods LLC, a holding firm that Ye created to manage his restaurant business endeavors. Yeezy Home, a venture that is yet to bear any fruit. Yeezy Home is a house developing firm that is yet to build any homes. Ye was always determined to succeed in the music industry and make it out of the slums of Chicago where he was raised. He did so by applying the following skills: general cognitive ability and general reasoning skills, crystallized cognitive ability, and motivation/determination. As discussed in Aaron Wagner's Does Kanye West's Individual Attributes Portray a Good Leader?, general cognitive ability is seen as general intelligence, and general reasoning skills and creative divergent thinking capabilities are some of the skills that are shown in the general cognitive ability. Crystallized cognitive ability is the knowledge attained through your life and acts as a personal encyclopedia, so to speak. An example of this would be knowing that humans have 206 bones in their body. Ye learnt many things he would hold on to throughout his career. He started as a producer and mastered his craft, working for many notable artists: Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Mariah Carey, just to name a few. It is here he learned how to make music and how the music industry functions. Crystallized intelligence is also linked to vocabulary and speech. These attributes led to the groundbreaking musical talent and creative lyricism. Lastly, motivation determination. Ye is a passionate and motivated individual, mastering his craft and making beats as a producer for almost a decade before dropping his debut album College Dropout 2004. Named after he dropped out of college, majoring in English to pursue his artistic career. "I knew I was going to make it this far. I knew that this was going to happen," he told New York Times in 2004. You could argue it was his ego that led him to say such a statement, but the way I read it says more to his commitment and motivation, and that failure wasn't an option. As an up-and-coming artist, Ye faced many rejections and obstacles. Before making it as a well-known rapper and producer, he struggled to secure a record deal as labels didn't fully see his talent or unique style. At the peak of his struggles, when he was rejected from Rockefeller Records as a producer and rapper, a prominent hip-hop label co-founded by Jay-Z, despite the rejections he faced, he continued to work on his own music by self-funding his first two EPs. The quality of these two EPs was enough for him to get signed and release College Dropout under the Rockefeller and Def Jam record labels. As discussed in Jeff Dyer's The Innovator's DNA, innovators are consummate questioners who know a question for inquiry. These queries frequently challenge the status quo. They love to ask, if we tried this, what would happen? Ye puts this into practice in the creation of his music. A great example of this would be his album 808s and Heartbreak, using heavy use of autotune, or Yeezus, using over-the-top distortion and heavy use of synths. These attributes would be used by many artists in popular media after Ye made them a president in the mainstream. An example would be Billie Eilish's debut album, When We Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go?, or Tyler the Creator's Cherry Bomb. I'd like to take this opportunity to speak about myself and what my future vision for myself in the audio industry is. I ideally would love to work in the video game industry as a sound designer. My main inspirations for this are the outstanding audio and CD Projekt Red Cyberpunk 2077, especially when it comes to the original score and UI elements. Valve's Dota 2. In regards to audio effects, each hero sounds unique and is recognizable by its ability sounds. This aids in game players can understand partially what is happening in the game, even if it's happening off screen, making the audio integral to the game and how it is played. And I think this is simply amazing. I would also love to work as a recording engineer or Foley artist, as getting to the studio and recording has been some of the most fun I've had so far in my tertiary studies thus far. To achieve my goals, I need to apply the following skills that I've learnt. These can be subdivided into two groups, being hard skills and soft skills. Hard skills are technical and job specific, while soft skills are general characteristics and personal traits. My hard skills would have to be my proficiency in multiple DAWs or digital audio workstations, such as Pro Tools, Ableton Live, and Cubase. My knowledge of microphone and recording techniques, and my general knowledge of audio, examples, chords, phase, octaves, etc. And my soft skills would be my communication skills, my happiness working in teams and working towards a unified vision, and a strong work ethic. These skills and attributes I will need to succeed in the audio industry mainly are commitment and persistence. I need to hone my skills when it comes to Pro Tools and better understand the workflow of the industry. I don't have experience in making audio effects, so it would be a great starting point for me to gain the experience needed to reduce to an industry standard. To achieve the goal of developing my skills to the industry standard, I'll need to commit my time and focus to learning as much as I can. To achieve this, I'll need to read some journals and papers regarding gaps in my knowledge and find ways to apply that knowledge in ways that will help me retain that information. The sources needed to accomplish this will be Pro Tools, Ableton Live, or whatever DAW is used by the business I get employed by, along with the necessary plugins. While I'm studying, I could use my lecturer and fellow students as a resource to further my knowledge. At the moment, I'm mainly focused on my education as well as working as a bartender. I'll be looking into a shift to the audio industry once I've completed my studies. I'll start looking into AV or audiovisual work. As I've discussed with teachers and classmates, it's the audio job with the lowest barrier to entry. Once I'm in the industry, I'll network and try to make a good name for myself doing that while trying to do some freelancing work on the side. With a reputation built through doing AV work, then ideally I would move to sound design, using knowledge and portfolio of my freelancing work. Thank you for watching, and here are my references.